Good morning, good morning, good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is. Immediately I start speaking and the dog whines. Ben, shush. And I see Wendy's in the chat already. Good morning, Wendy. Oh, Ben, for goodness sake. Ben's my dog for anyone who's new here. And he's obviously wanting a word in the stream. So, what's today's stream about? I want to cover a little something that Eatsy's up to that everybody's a little confused about. I just want to show you how to deal with that. I have hay fever eyeballs. So yeah, we're going to cover that, and then ready for this? You ready? I got another package from the makers. Well, it sounds like I actually purchased it myself because I like to support some people. The makers have been awesome to me, so I decided to support them and bought a little something. So we're going to have a look at that as well. So that's the plans for the chat today. Wallifer, I love your new name. Anyway, Wallifer, hello, and Haley Lolly nail artist. Love love the way that sounds. Hiya everybody. So hello there. Right, let me set up so we can first of all go into this thing that I'm talking about in the What on Earth Eatsy is up to. I hope everyone's having an awesome week. Yeah, it's been pretty cool here. Oh yeah, before we even go, because I know not everyone's got me on Facebook or Instagram, I showed you the glass eyes online eyes last week. It didn't get the best picture of them because they're super difficult to get on this crummy little webcam. So I have started working with them. I'm so inspired for other ideas, but my first thing, it's always going to, super fast movement, so you can't see. It's always going to be a dragon. I always see dragons and everything. So my first idea with the eyes, they catch quite well. You can see the different colors and stuff. So my first idea was a kind of demon dragon thing. I was going to say you want to watch the video for how I made him, but I've not edited the video yet. So this is like your sneak peek, my little demon dragon baby thing with rainbow magic unicorn eyes. Yeah, so that's a thing. That's what I did this week. But yes, this thing Eatsy's been on about. Let's do this first of all. Screen share my screen, hide this bit because it looks freaky. Right, so any of you who have Etsy shops, a lot of people are saying, what is this? What is the number one round my listings when I'm in the shop dashboard? And so I just want to show this. It's not a big deal, but I understand why people are freaking out because you're like, what is this? Right, so when we click on our listings, go quicker than this, Etsy. There we go. When we click on our listings, they're talking about how you can link photos in your variations. I haven't done this yet. I think it's an awesome thing. But basically what it means, if you have different variations, and what my plan is going to be is I want to offer the variations. I don't believe you can do different price points. I can't remember. I looked into this. But for similar price points, I want to, for like a dog sculpture, I want to give the variations of the position they're in, standing, sitting, or lying down, and if the mouth's open or closed. I thought that would be cool to give variations. And then in the listing, when someone clicks on that variation, then there'll be pictures linked to it. So if someone clicks for mouth open, it's like what you get in eBay. When you click for the thing that you want, it shows you the picture of that thing that you want. So you've got a little learn more here, which obviously explains it, which I've not read it yet. Oh yeah, nice little thingamybobble. So you can, yeah, exactly what I've said, and then it tells you how to do it. Yeah, we're not going to read all through that, but I'll leave a link for that. Yeah, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Leave a link. Everyone can have a look at that if they want to. I'm not going to read it because sitting watching me read, yeah, not fun. But they're just directing you. That one is just saying you want to click, you want to know about this thing. So when we close it off, the one vanishes. So that is all that is about. I know people are freaking out. Right, back to not sharing screen. That's the button. Hopefully back to me again. Right, we'll have a quick look in the chat and then I'll start opening my package. I'm so excited. So who have we got? Julie, thank you very much. Love it. Paper Crane Wishes. Hello. So cute. Thank you. Haley, thank you very much. Cheers. I'm happy. For those of you just joined, I was just showing off my dragon, which is to feature the neon confetti glitter eyes from the makers. They were kind enough to send. And for anyone I forgot to say, these aren't launched till the 1st of July, so this is just a sneak peek if anyone's interested in these things. They do catch, I'm looking at the monitor to see, but see what the picture's like. They do catch the light very nicely, and when you look at them up close, they're super bright with lots of little bits of coloured confetti. That's where the magic. There's so cool. Right. George on the Rocks has just updated their first YouTube video. Awesome, cool. We'll check that out later. Thank you so much. And thank you. Lily Tree is with us. Hello, Lily. And Queen Leonie. And Wendy, thank you so much, guys. Right, okay. I haven't had to wait so long this time. This parcel only came in yesterday. Okay, I'm trying to remember what this is. This is their surprise boxes, and with their subscription boxes and things, if they've got leftovers, they do surprise boxes of leftover stuff. So I think I bought 2 of the small surprise boxes. So I have no idea what's in here. It's supposed to be, each box is supposed to be a full project, but obviously as well, it could just be useful stuff. But I have no idea what's in it. Hey, Serenity, Peace and Art, lovely name. Hello there. Oh, Haley, your maker's parcel's here too. Awesome. Right, Lily likes surprises. I kind of do. I trust the makers to be opening stuff live on air. I trust the makers haven't sent me something terrible. But I decided they've been so generous sending me stuff in the past. I've just purchased this, so hopefully we'll see exactly what you guys would get if you guys opened it. And, you know, if you guys ordered it, I think there shouldn't be any extras snuck in here. I probably should have opened this first just to make sure it's all okay, but I trust them. All right. So what I'm loving, I think I mentioned, oh, don't rustle and speak at the same time. I think I mentioned it before. It's cool. Packaging can fit through some letterboxes, so that's handy. Right. Oh, we've got some paperwork. I suppose I can claim this box on tax. Yeah. We've got a little free sample of golden yellow. Can we see? Yes. I love this. It's just little ideas. So if you order enough stuff, you could like make your own color chart to see what their colors are. But I do love their colors. They're lovely, bright and vivid, which is, as I mainly make dogs, it's not ideal for me. I need more natural colors. But if you're doing flights of fancy, these colors are awesome. So this is, I think we have this color in the Kingfisher kit. So yes, so that's the first in the little things. Before we even get to the box, we have their business card. Everyone needs business cards. I've not had business cards for years. I'm not going to show you that because you'll see it, but it's a discount card, 10% off. What else? The makers talking about their subscription boxes, which was the Kingfisher we did a few weeks ago, and a little more. Little postcards of all sorts of advertising. It's awesome. I think that's my invoice, so you won't be seeing that. That can go away. Woolfest, excellent advertising for other things. It's only in the UK. This is something I went to 8 or 9 years ago. It's a festival of wool things. It's like a craft show, but for wool things. And it's in the Lake District. And it was pretty awesome when we went before, and it can only be getting bigger. But there were sheep and goats and rabbits there to show you where the fibre is coming from. There's people processing the fibre. There's all sorts of everything to do with wool. So it's really weird, but kind of fun as well. So yep, that's their advertising there. Needle felted fairies and flowers workshop. Oh, that sounds awesome. So the 6th of July, the makers are doing a fairies and flowers workshop at too far away for me to get to, but awesome. Includes all refreshments and lunch and tools to take away. That sounds like a fun day if you're close by. And what's the final thing? The maker's 4th birthday sales and events. Oh, they have dragon kits. They have dragon kits. Look at that. Yay. So cool. But yeah, loads of stuff. So that's all. That's not even in the box. I'll just. Oh yeah, definitely. It's 2 boxes. It's 2. I just realised. Yes, 2 boxes. So we get twice the excitement. So just to hold back, I can do a drum roll on the box. All right, where are we? Wendy, it's Christmas. Haley was looking at them, be interested to see what's in the box. This is where I should put it. Was it 7, the film with Brad Pitt and what's in the box? Yeah, shouldn't say that. George saw me dragging on Instagram. Awesome, thank. I have to say, guys, I am astounded by this. I just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, which, considering how I just randomly put up pictures of my dogs, that is awesome. It took me about 9 years to get 1,000 followers on Facebook, on my Facebook group, and Instagram. That's been awesome. Wendy, like samples, they're great for doing details. Absolutely. I mean, that's it. It's enough to do a little something. Oh, I should take you on a field trip. Yay. Well, I'm just thinking the Lake District is not, I always think it's quite far. It's maybe about a 2-hour drive, so it's not horribly. George, thank you. Lily, what's in the box? Right. Okay. So they go. Okay. This is cool. Yeah. So it's right. I'll show you. I just spotted. I was like, they've been surprised. So it says trial box, and this says Daisy on it. So this is to make a daisy, I assume. Hello, Ben's right down here panting at me, and this is to make dinosaurs. This is a dino box. Right. So not letting my excitement tinge you in any way, but which box should I open? You guys let me know which box I should open. Wendy, oh, that's far. Well, it's in a whole different country. It's in England. Englandshire is a different country from Scotland. So unfortunately, a lot of events and everything. Scotland is wonderful, but it's a very small country. So most things happen in England, and I'm for about an hour and a half away from the border, and then most things don't happen in the north of England either. Haley didn't know I had Instagram. Will follow. Awesome. I'm not very good. I'm learning about Instagram, but it's Ben McFuzzylugs on Instagram. George says Dino. Lily Tree says Dino box. Did I kind of skew your opinions here? What we'll do, actually, we'll open both and we'll work on whatever's in the dino box. Deal? Everybody give us a thumbs up if that sounds good. We'll open. Ooh, cardboard on cardboard just made a horrible noise. We'll open the daisy one first, but then we'll work on the dino box. I think that, because I'm sure the daisies are lovely, but dinosaurs. So yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to separate the cardboard because when they're rubbing together, they make horrible noises. I think this is such an awesome box. It's so skinny for a whole project. So this is the daisies, first of all. George says deal. Oh, excuse the noises. Right, so this is very cutely packaged. I'm throwing needles at my dogs. Awesome. But yeah, it's supposed to contain everything you need. So have a pack of needles. What have we got? 1 coarse needle, 1 medium, and 1 fine needle. Awesome. And it does It does tell you, I maybe didn't spot this on the last one. I said I couldn't tell the difference between the needles, but it says the longer length, the coarse one, the middling length is the medium one, and the shorter length is the fine one. Awesome. So we have that. We have another free sample. Yay! Free sample of Fox Variegated Rust. That's a cool. Probably I wouldn't, for me that wouldn't be a fox color, that's a bit too brown, but it's an awesome natural earthy brown. Awesome. So see, we're making a collection of freebies. There we go. So got two samples already. Have a little piece of felt, another one of the, I'm gonna have to start giving away little felting pads because I'm making some collection of them, but a little flat felting pad, this is actually, this would be kind of handy for doing little ears and stuff like that. It could be helpful. We have the fantastic instructions that this is awesome. Fantastic instructions of how to make the daisy. Wendy's asking how much these boxes are. I can't remember. Does anyone off the hand know? They're not on the website. As far as I can tell, these, right, I found out about these. What they do is on the Makers Facebook page, or I believe Needle Felting UK Facebook page, they announce when they're doing these. What it is leftovers from their subscription boxes and all sorts of things. They just get rid of them. So basically, you just have to be on the group. So I would definitely get into the Makers group, and they'll post a link when they have any left over, and you can buy them up. That's where last time I was late and it came up and said we've got these boxes. I was like, oh no, I wanted one, and they were like, okay, Pam, we'll send you something. So that's how I got the last box of the actual subscription box. But I decided, yes, it's mini Makers boxes, so just keep an eye out when these appear, and it's a single project. So the other things we have in here are a few pins, a few brooch pins to be able to make them into brooches, and we've got a couple of bits of fiber. So that's what's in the daisy box. I believe, yeah, the Kingfisher box had the daisies in it as well. It's Kingfishers and daisies. So I've just got a part of the daisy box. I'll have to try and make daisies at some point. But that's what's in that box. But that's not the one we're doing. I will have to do daisies at some point. But Dino box, I'm excited with this. And here, oh, this one looks way more packed. There's a load more in this. Right, let's see what our color sample is. We have a free sample of variegated green. So I've got green, brown, and yellow. Awesome. There we go. I think with these as well, I think maybe you can suggest what you kind of like, but it is random. I just said I want this, I want a couple of boxes. There was no what kind of boxes, so it's a surprise. So it's like a trial box. If you're thinking of doing one of their subscription boxes, this is a fun trial to see if you like it. So yeah, our three free samples of colours. And what else we have there? These are their super strong pipe cleaners. These are awesome. I used them on the Fox project, and they are very sturdy pipe cleaners. And we have two pairs of really tiny little clear glass eyes, 3mm eyes. Cool. And our needles again. Oh, even better, these are coloured. And they're telling us the actual sizes of them. Even better. Wow, right. Can you guys see this? Not very well. And is writing coming up mirrored for you guys? That's ridiculously annoying. Anyway, so they've told us these should be color coded. Yes, they are. There's a little I don't know how clear that's on the camera, but there's a little touch of colour on them, so I can tell at a glance. And their coarse needle is a 36, their medium is a 38, and their fine is a 40. So awesome, more detail. That's good. It's almost like they're hearing feedback. Another foam pad. I'm gonna have to think of something I can make with all these foam pads. We have so much stuff. So there's a newsletter, which is really cool, talking about everything. Oh, they have regular monthly meetings, a sit and stab needle felting morning. That sounds lovely. I wish I lived closer to these kind of things. And oh, back in stock, we have twisted star needles. I really like the twisted needles. Portuguese merino wool. But anyway, so yes, colours. We have white and blue. That looks like some kind of a core. It's got vegetable matter in it and is a bit manky looking, but that's what core is. And some of this blue, same blue as was in the Kingfisher box, is a very beautiful blue. So that's our colours. Right, so we're going to make a Paleosaurus. This thing looks a bit like what Nessie could be. David Attenborough's favourite childhood dinosaur. It could also be the Loch Ness Monster. Did I not just say that? Make your own simple wire armature, and you have enough wool for two to split your wool into two piles before you start. Righto. Split my wool into two piles. Oh yeah, you can feel the probably lanolin, the slight greasiness to this one as well. I've never seen that in a core, but it's kind of nice. I think that'll help it. It feels more sort of sticky. It feels like I could almost felt it just by squishing it. Right, split that. Ooh, smells really good too. Smells sheepy. And we'll split the blue in half as well. That's good. I love these idiot guide instructions because I am that idiot. Okay, so we've done that. I'm so good, right? Okay, this is backwards, but yeah. So the material for the place, or I'm not saying this right. Wool is lanolin rich core wool. I was right. I was like, I'm so good. It's like I know stuff. This is a skill level beginner. I am that beginner, and it's going to make about a 28 centimeter thingamajig. So if anyone's wanting to felt along, you need about 2 grams of core wool and 3 grams of your top color, which is blue in this case, but Nessie can be any color she wants to be. And we have an extra strong pipe cleaner and eyes and felting needles, and you need glue for the eyes, obviously. Skill level beginners, techniques used, wire armature and attaching. Yeah, so that's good. They're telling us it's a fairly, and the descriptions are as fantastic as they were before. Telling us how to wrap the wool like it's a wide ribbon, try and keep it flat. Yeah, awesome. Okay, split the wool into 2 piles. We've done that. Take a piece of the core wool and stretch it out into a long, thin piece. Yes, boss, can do. And Lily saying, wow, that's quite big. It probably is big. Oh, yeah, that's really weird with the lanolin. And Wendy says that makes it really nice to work with. And it should make my hands soft, beautiful, soft hands. Okay, and we need, where did I put my pipe cleaners? Hold the wool in one hand against the pipe cleaner about a third of the way along. So this is making his body. So that's about a third of the way along. And I want to wrap this here. Haley, lanolin can cause nail enhancements to lift. Ah, cool, nice, good to know. Yeah, so if you have nice nails, you might not want to work with lanolin. So I want to build up. It's saying I want to build up the body that's about 5 centimeters. 5 cent. Wow, that's going to be quite thick. That's really thick. 5 centimeters thick in the middle. Okay, that's okay. We're making a big dinosaur. Sorry, I can't speak and think at the same time. This is hard work for me. I want to have a look at the picture as well while I'm going along. Okay, right. So it's going to be, this is going to be the neck, and the tail's just going to be a little bit pokey out at the end. So I don't have to worry about that quite so much. Gotcha. So 5 centimeters thick is about that much. So I've got a bit more to go. It's probably going to use almost all of the white, I think, to get that. But yeah, this is really weird with the lanolin. Haley, yep. If you have nice nails, grab some gloves. But otherwise, it should be nice for your hands. Wendy's confirmed it will be nice for hands. Lily, no one's ever heard of a small dinosaur. She's got a good point there. All right, are we at 5 centimeters? I have a little. My mouse mat is a cutting mat with numbers on it, so this is where I'm measuring. I'm going to drop everything on the floor. Are we at 5? We're nearly at 5. Yeah, it's definitely right. It's taking up all of the white to make this, so I hope they don't need us to use any more white. Bend the end of the pipe cleaner in so it doesn't have a sharp end poking out for the tail. Right. So there we have a lump and a bum end. Wendy, your dad used to work in a factory that made lotions and shampoos and soaps. He came home smelling like lanolin, and you loved it when you were little. Ah, that's cute. I do like the kind of sheepiness smell. Okay, for the head, take a long piece of the blue wool and begin wrapping it 5 centimeters from the other end, which is about here. Keep wrapping towards the end of the pipe cleaner. Oh, I see what this is clever. So I'm going all the way down the pipe cleaner from about 5 centimeters, making it blue. And then the last 1 centimeter, I'm going to bend it back on itself. This makes the head thicker. And keep wrapping the wire, keep wrapping the wool around both bent parts and down the neck a little. Okay, so that's clever. We've done that to make bulky headness. That's clever. Lily says, your dad used to work at the Marmite factory, not so good. And Wendy's asking, what is Marmite? Oh, what is Marmite? It's a yeast extract, like kind of Vegemite, they'd call it in Australia more. But it even the advertising for Marmite say you either love it or you hate it. It's strong umami, rich kind of flavor. It's very strong. But it can be nice. I like twiglets, which to explain twiglets to non-British people, it's a snack. It's a crunchy snack, and they look a bit like twigs. And they're covered in a little bit of the Marmite. Oh, Wendy 2's in too. Well done, cool. We're getting a good crowd. Okay, so I just had a thought for anyone coming in that said, and we're at this stage. Oh, brilliant! This is terrible. Okay, keep wrapping back up the neck Yeah, okay. So I want to cover the neck and cover the tail. Gotcha. So going all the way down. We're making Nessie today, apparently, following the maker's kit. Um, I've not done any felting yet. I'm loving this. It's all sticking around. Wendy, is it good for you or something? I believe it's high in B vitamins. So it is good for you. I think it's like a leftover from a waste product from the brewing industry, which is why it's a UK thing. I can't think of anything. If you don't have Marmite or Vegemite, I can't think of anything that's similar to it. People who are crazy spread it on toast. I do a small amount. I think your body kind of knows it's good for you, and a small amount can taste nice. Like, oh, you guys don't have many cheddars either, do you? See, you don't live if you don't have many cheddars. But these are like cheese flavored crisps. Well, snacks, cheese flavored snacks, and the ones with a little bit of Marmite. Okay, take a pinch big enough to cover the back and sides of the body. Right, yeah, so his tummy's going to be white and his back and his sides are going to be blue, but like with a fading down. I think mine's going to be fairly ugly. Queen Leonie, it's horrible, but you love it or hate it. And Haley says it's a jar of yuck. I'll have to see about sending you some one day. It really is love or hate. It's a super strong taste, and I see a lot of American YouTubers going like trying British snacks, and they'll take a big spoonful of it, and it's not a big spoonful. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of it. It's a super strong flavor, and it's impossible apart from yuck. I don't hate it totally yuck, but I would never seek it out. I wouldn't have it on toast, but it can go nice with some things, basically. Sort of, kind of. Right, so far we've got a technique to do the bendy wire back for the head. I liked that. That was cool. Um, Wendy's happy not trying that yet. Well, I suppose all cultures have like things that are different that other people wouldn't want to try. There was a discussion the other day about haggis, and people are so scared of haggis. But if but people say like I know it's banned in America and Canada, but it's not dangerous or horrible. It's just like a big sausage and it's tasty. But I'm sure everywhere has that. I mean, literally, like people can look and go yuck at haggis, and just now we're in the UK, we're kind of getting told that this whole Brexit thing, which I think you've all heard about somewhat, if this goes through, we might be doing food deals with America, and the they're telling us about chlorinated chicken and things. So that I'm sure it's perfectly fine where you are, but I don't want chlorinated chicken. Oh, mum's retracted herself, but hello, mum. Lily says haggis is awful. It is indeed. And I believe. Oh, I don't know. Should I say these things? Right. Is anyone eating? Do you want me not to say things that might make you gag a little bit? Um, Okay, anyway, here's where we've got with Nessie. Callie's caviar in Sweden. Do I want to know what that is? Oh, tell us what that is. Um, Haley, your little one's fascinated with my hair. Oh, thank you. Wendy, yeah, they totally bleached the chicken. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm with you. It sounds disgusting. So, that's every country has different standards that are okay. Okay, where are we at? Take 4 small pinches of blue around the same size, fold them, take a pinch, fold each side to form a point. Okay, so we're making fins. Gotcha. So 4 pinches. 1, 2. This is great. Counting with Pam. 3. Oh, Queen Leonie says she's eating, so yeah, we won't do disgusting things, or we'll try not to. Okay, take 1 pinch, fold in each side to form a point, and then fold up one side at the bottom. Ah, gotcha. So you're making a finny, a finny shape. Lily, some food's just better not explained. I am completely with you there. Sometimes it's better not to know what you're eating. I completely agree. Um, oh, it's a smoked caviar, right? I've only tried caviar once to my remembrance. We had neighbors when I was a kid growing up. They were lovely, but they liked to be a bit fancy. And Boxing Day, I believe, some kind of day we were over, and they were giving out. It must have been vol au vents because it was the 80s and everyone had vol au vents in the 80s. But they're doing vol au vents with something with caviar on top, and I'm afraid us kids just snuck to the side of the garden, flicked off the caviar so we could enjoy the vol au vents because yeah, that it wasn't pretty. But I love smoked stuff. Any kind of smoked food is more awesome than the normal stuff. There was a place. Actually, it's the same time as when me and Mum went to the Woolfest place. When we were there, we passed when we were driving down. We passed this kind of farm shop place that had the best ice cream, such good ice cream. But they also had smoked everything. Like I've had normal kind of smoked German cheese, which is in a circle. But they had smoked brie, they had smoked butter, they had smoked cheddar, everything. They were just like, what else can we smoke? And oh, that was so good. Smoked butter is the way to go. It's awesome. Uh, Wendy, yeah, the chlorinated chicken, you don't taste it. It's a dunk to kill the bacteria, but still washing your food in bleach is bad. Exactly. Yes, that's kind of my thinking. I'd prefer not to have to wash my food in bleach, but it's whatever. Wendy, your son and daughter lived in Germany, and she was surprised they didn't refrigerate their eggs there. Yeah, we don't, we shouldn't in the UK refrigerate our eggs. It's different processes. I can't remember it exactly. I think whatever it was is whatever it was the salmonella and stuff, and I believe we cured our chickens. I don't know how. I don't know what but I believe our chickens are okay. So we don't need to do any extra things. But they weren't sure with in America, they chose to deal with it differently, and you wash the outside of the egg, and washing the outside of the egg makes it more porous, so they don't last so well, so they have to be refrigerated. So it's just two different ways to deal with the same problem. So yeah, if you're in America or anywhere that they have their eggs refrigerated, the eggs need to be refrigerated. But in places where they aren't refrigerated, they don't need like eggs shouldn't need to be refrigerated if you got fresh eggs. But if they've been clean, if they've been washed in that way, they need it. That's my understanding anyway. Wendy, yeah, your stepbrother has chickens and they don't refrigerate the eggs. Yeah, it's exactly. They won't need to if they're their own fresh eggs because they haven't been processed the same. There we go. That's one fin kind of made. I think mine are all going to be slightly different sizes because I'm rubbish. Um, Queen Leonie's finished eating now. Awesome. I hope we weren't too disgusting or minging, as the Scottish term is. Haley, you've got the next generation of felters here. They're happy with a bit of Cornwall and a cocktail stick. If anyone knows of kits for 3 and up, let me know. Oh, yeah, I don't know about what the ages for kids to do things. I think wet felting might be good for the little ones. I think too much danger with the stabby knife. Stabby knife. Oh, stabby needle. That's it. And oh, I'm using my own needle because it's sitting here and it's thingy rather than the needles that the makers gave us in the kit. But this is kind of cool. If anyone's looking for a single project, these kits, I can't remember how much they were, but I don't think they were dear. So it's a single project. It's got everything you need to do that one project. So that's pretty cool. Um, people almost die of horror trying Callie's caviar. Oh dear, good grief, people are too squeamish. Like, caviar is caviar. It's not my kind of thing, but I would try smoked caviar, possibly, unless it's some kind of revolting fermented things. Magdalena, hello, hello there. How are you doing? Wendy, I wonder if you could felt with plastic needles that are dull with barbs. Well, that's an interesting thought. Hmm. Let me think. Let me experiment. I'm not sure. That's the knocking noise is Ben having a scratch. Ben, my dog, for people who don't know, because that would sound weird. Yeah, I suppose there's no reason why it has to be sharp. Sharp. I mean, obviously, I'm just wondering if plastic would be strong enough at that thinness. But yeah, who knows? Um, oh, Haley, you found needles in the youngest's room before. You need to keep them in a locked box now. Oh dear, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, we'll have to think about that and see if we can do that. That's a business plan right there. Yes, kiddie felting, kid safe felting kits. I'm trying to think. I mean, like I say, you could definitely get them to wet felt bits. Like you could wet felt. I mean, right? I've not felted this guy a lot. This lanolin stuff is sticking together quite well. So okay, yeah. I've heard of people rather than needle felting, they do wool wrapping. They call it, and you can make fairies and things. And literally, you would just like need an adult to felt in the ends. So maybe we could look at some kind of things that we can do that are just more wool wrapping than actual needle felting. And that might be feasible for little ones. You could at least, hey, you could get them to make your armatures and wrap the armatures up. That would save time, right? But bring them here. Lily, good point. Yeah, wet felting with kids would be so much fun, but perhaps an outdoor activity. Yeah, so much mess, but I'm sure they would love it. Um, yeah, I've not been very successful with wet felting, but to do little projects. So if anyone doesn't know roughly to wet felt, you're trying to do the same thing to get all the fibers to mat together, but rather than stabbing it with the needle, you use water and agitation and a bit of soap that helps the fibers slip together. And how I've always done it, you put your fibers down in a nice sheet, um, put lots of different colors and everything, and you put down a layer of bubble wrap and then your fibers, and then you're going to put another layer of bubble wrap on top, and you can then just wet it, like dribble soapy water over the top until it's saturated but not so messy if it's going to be with kids, and you kind of pat at the surface and rub the surface until it holds together a wee bit, and then you roll it all up in like a sushi roller thingy and roll that back and forth, making a lot of mess for quite a while. Open it out, check it's all going okay, and you keep doing that. You can, when you open it up, turn it like 90 degrees, roll it up again, do that again, and eventually you get a strip of fabric, a strip of felt. So it's pretty cool. It's like the first ever textile. but it's super messy and it gets heavy. I don't know how people do the massive bits of fabric. Well, I have seen there's now machines you can get, like big rollers that are just like two rollers, and you put your rolled up piece of wet wool on it and it will just roll it and roll it. So that sounds cool. Um, oh, Wendy's terrible at wet felting. She tried teaching her daughter. Your daughter said, "Mom, this really is not fun." Haley hasn't tried wet felting yet. Wrapping sounds good, and child labour even better. Absolutely, put them to work at a young age. You know, these little sweatshop factories. I've got this. This is the third flipper that I'm on. So yeah, it's definitely Nessie. Nessie has 4 flippers and a long neck, apparently, in my world. Yeah, I also tried a long time ago. I tried Nunu felting, but I don't think I have the delicate touch for that. But what that is using another fiber in the middle, using another material, so you can use like a bit of fleece, a bit of silk, or a bit of muslin, and you put fine wisps, fine layers of the fibers on top and bottom, and then process the same. And it gives, I don't know if anyone else has tried, but I found it gives an interesting puckered effect as the felt's trying to shrink a little bit, and the fabric that you put it on is bigger, so it kind of gives interesting texture. So that's kind of cool, and a lot less work because it's felting onto something that's already got a shape. So yeah, Nunu felting's fun, and it's a cool name. I'm sure kids would just like Nunu felting. I'm assuming Haley's having a laugh at Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. Um, Wendy saying, Haley used to play a game. I had to send lives to people. I had to send lives to have people send them back. I used to make my daughter, like a computer game or something, and your daughter started refusing to send the lives back. Oh, meanie. I'm sure we all get like that. When your mums find computer games, like, mum, I'm looking at you with Farmville. I'm sure we've all had that. Um, Wendy doesn't have the patience for wet felting. Yeah, I totally know the feel. I mean, it comes together quicker than needle felting, but you're doing it all at once, and it's a lot of work, and you don't see how well you're doing until it, or badly, in my case badly, but you don't see how well you're doing until you've all wrapped it up. Whereas, like, they're not greatly felted, but we're speed felting, but you're getting a little thing done, and you can see it's done with needle felting. And also, I'm sitting down chatting to you guys. Whereas if I was wet felting, I would be over the kitchen. I would have 700 towels. I would be making a huge mess. I would fall over the dogs. Yeah, wet felting just, it's too much work, and it's physical. You're up there. It's a workout. Yeah. I was like, what on earth is Haley talking about there? Dragonvale. I'm taking it that's the new Farmville game. I've seen Is that the one where you sort of drag things and they combine and become dragons? I've seen adverts for lots of things. Facebook keeps sending me adverts of games they want me to play. Sounds like fun to me. Wendy ended up a really big mess and soaked. Yeah, I think something outside on a summer's day that might be quite pleasant actually. But yeah, my kitchen's not big enough. You really need a massive table to be able to do that on as well. So yeah, not great. It's awesome, and the work that people do, some of the clothes and the hats and shoes and all sorts of things. But no, I'll stick to felting my little tiny things. Although I have to say, Wendy has way more patience than I do, because you're your sculptures are so much bigger. They're like your moon thing that's taking forever that looks awesome. And felting so firmly, like I'm ashamed with my lack of firmly felting. But yeah, I wouldn't have the patience for doing a super big sculpture. Haley, your dogs are sort of woolly, so you suppose you wet felt them at bath time. They need shaving. Oh dear. But yeah, my occasionally now my dogs are getting older. I'm finding little spots that I haven't necessarily brushed them as well as I should, and I have to cut them out because they've kind of felted little dreadlocks. And that's if you have dreadlocks in your hair, which can look awesome. I would love to have the patience to be able to do dreadlocks, but I like running my fingers through my hair too much. So yeah, dreadlocks are like felt. Did anyone else see that and think I'm gonna grab a lump of my hair and try felting it? I'm not gonna grab a lump of my hair and try felting it. It did cross my mind. But yeah, dreadlocks are just a kind of similar thing where the hair's matting together. Just the same as what we're doing with felting, wet and dry felting. So yay. Um, Wendy, your moon's coming to life and you're loving it just now. I can see why it's gorgeous. Um, Wendy, Lily, you thought that was the point. I'm assuming that's the getting soaked, or they're coming to life. We, as needle felters, we stab things to life. Lily, yeah, I was going to ask you. Look, I saw on Instagram some awesome work of yours, but I've not seen a video. Have you? Are we waiting on a video, or is YouTube not showing me videos just now? Because I know that's a thing. And for all of you guys, like any people that you enjoy watching on YouTube, make sure and check up that they're actually doing videos, because sometimes YouTube messes a place with the algorithm. I'm not going to complain because it's their algorithm and they've been kind introducing me to all you people, so that's awesome. But sometimes the people you think you were following you're not getting shown them. I believe there's a new way of ringing the bell, right? When you subscribe to someone, they still don't tell you about all the videos they make. And now when you ring the bell, you have to choose how often you want to get, if you want to get shown all of somebody's videos or now and again. So just subscribing to someone doesn't mean that they think that you want to subscribe to them. So check out that you're subscribed to the people that you think you're subscribed to, because you could lose some of your favorite people. And what happens from our point of view is we release a video and then you're kind of like, nobody loves me anymore. Nobody watched this. And if your subscribers don't watch it, then YouTube don't show it to other people. So your video just dies. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm not saying just for me, for all of us, for Lily, for George, for everybody. If you're interested in the videos that we're making, interact as you're doing, but ring the bell. Lily's got a new video up today. Awesome. So everyone, when you're done here, we've got to go look at George and we've got to go look at Lily. Awesome. Wendy, looks like so much to clean and makes details so much easier and neater. Yeah, that's the details with wet felting is super awesome. You can put like gradients of colors and stuff, but you still have to dive in with needle felting afterwards to make it pretty. Cecily rung my bell. Thank you so much. If I could sing, I would sing about ringing my bell. Haley, looking forward to seeing that finished moon, Wendy. Absolutely, me too. Again, if anyone's not in my group, Pam Duthie's, what are we? Are we crafty? We're crafty friends. Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends on Facebook. You want to join up and you can see what everyone's up to. And Wendy is making her moon sculptures are fantastic. I love them so much. Oh, Cecily just happened to wake up and open the app and it said you were live. Awesome. So you are getting notifications. That's cool. Um, Wendy, got you. Yeah, firmly felted looks clean. I totally agree. I I love that everyone's got different look to their finished piece, and I totally love that. I just can't seem to get that kind of cleanness. I felt firmly, and it just doesn't seem to work for me. Um, Queen Leonie joined Facebook last week. Awesome. Right, where am I at with this? I've done four flippers. Um, eh. Oh, so yeah. Make four fins and attach them to the body. Can do, Nessie. Right, not Nessie. It's a dinosaur. Okay. This is so cute. I do want to felt this forever. It hasn't. It's barely mentioned felting. All this was just supposed to be wrapped, really. But I do want to spend a bit more time. I don't like them being this loosely felted. So I'm not as bad as Wendy with her fantastically clean, super felted things, but I do like them a little bit felted. Um, oh, Lily, you have a musical interlude in your new video. That sounds exciting. I love testing new things. That sounds fun, right? I'm looking forward to watching this. Wendy, nah, it's Nessie. It's Nessie. It is. Awesome. Yeah. I and that's right. I've been asked. I was asked on Facebook today, and I wonder if this would be something that would interest you. I've been thinking about this for a while, a little bit on how to do YouTube videos for crafty people. We could even guest star Lily because she knows more about it than I do. She's more of the YouTube expert than me. But we could do a little because I think in whatever way, I think, people are saying, how do I get my Instagram to grow for people to follow me? How do I get my Facebook to grow for people to follow me? And I think actually YouTube is the most important social media for creative people. Because we've got this community, like you guys are giving up your time on a Sunday morning or afternoon to chat to me, and you can interact and you can see what people are making. You can have tutorials that you can sit and follow along rather than, I mean, I know Instagram video is a thing, but Instagram TV, but YouTube is the place to go if you want to see how to make something. I don't think I'm alone. You go to YouTube and you get a tutorial on YouTube. So if that would be something that's of an interest for crafty people, how to craft our career doing videos, and not just, it doesn't have to be face videos. I know a lot of people are nervous about putting themselves out there, which I completely understand. It took me a long time to get on camera as well, but there's so many different ways you can do videos, creating, felting videos and all sorts, top down, just seeing things. So I've I got sorry, I'm going off on a tangent because I'm felting this and thinking how awesome this is coming out for the amount of felting I've done. There's very little felting being done so far. So yeah, I'm loving this. But so I distracted myself. But yeah, would it be something that you guys would be interested in hearing a little bit on what to do, how to grow a YouTube for crafty people rather than all this business people? Because I don't like thinking of being a business person. That sounds like I should wear a suit, and I shouldn't still be in my pajama bottoms, and I should be dressed all over. Um, oh, Wendy's felty things, they're almost they're almost wood. They're felted so firmly. I'm not sure if that's good. Hey, it's your style, Wendy, and it looks awesome, so I'm good with that. George, it takes time to get used to my voice. Oh yeah, I don't hate my voice now. What I found, right, a free tip now before I even go and make videos. That what I found is making videos and editing them, you get more used to, rather than just going, oh, that's me, I hate that. You go, okay, my energy was a bit better in that video. I don't like the way I said that. I should do more like that. And you can be more sort of, is it objective or subjective? can't remember the word, but you can be right. I'm supposed to be showing you from me felting. You can be more objective about that's a good video, that's a good presentation, rather than going, "Ooh, that's me." I still am. "Ooh, that's me," but yeah, it takes a bit to get used to. Wendy, it's easier to do details when it's firm. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're doing something like adding long hair. So many people try and rush the step, and they've got something squishy like this. I mean, this is way too loosely felted for me. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? But if you're wanting to add details like long hair, if you try and add them to something like this, then it's not connecting with as much fiber when you felt it in, so it's just not going to stay put. So yeah, you have to take the time, not necessarily felting until it's woodenly firm, but a, a bit at least. Wendy saying, "George, I hate my own voice." Yeah, I think we all do, because what we hear, what I'm hearing of my voice in my head is much better than my voice that I hear when I hear a video. Um, Awesome. Cecily just said the same thing, really. I don't like hearing my voice. It's much higher pitched than it sounds in my head. Yeah, I hate that, especially like if you get excited or something. I hate the way my womanly voice goes. I hate the way you sound like you're all emotional or screechy or something. Like, no, it's just my voice. My voice box is betraying me. Oh, George, tell me about it. I never babbled so much. Absolutely. Well, George, you have to try live streams for babbling. It's different. See, for anyone who's thinking about these kind of things, you can set up a camera, record yourself, and then just look at the recording and delete it. Or you can cut out all the babbling, all the bits where you're rubbing your eyeballs and sniffing. And oh my, see, when you're editing a video, the ridiculous faces that you pull yourself. I'm doing them just now, but you can pause the video and go like, how on earth? How does a human face do that? And the crazy noises that come out of your mouth, like, cut that out. Editing is a marvel. But going live, you can't get away from any of that. And I'm trying to think of what I want to say next and what I'm saying, and trying to read the read the comments. Let's see, I lose my track because I try and do 6 things at once, and my brain goes, "Mouth, we can't deal with you just now. We're just going to shut down." But it's live, and I'm loving you guys chat to me in the chat, and that is so nice, because it's so difficult to do a live when you're just by yourself, but you're not physically talking back to me, so I have to talk to myself for an hour every Sunday. It's quite a novel thing. It's quite interesting, to say the least. Lily, lost the stream on your stupid phone, but it sounds good. Awesome. I will hit you up for some ideas on that once I get. Oh, I have got an absolute metric ton of video ideas that I'm wanting to try, and okay, I tell you the secret things in the life because it's just us. But I was trying to do a video. People had asked me on Etsy, is it better to make a new listing or to renew an old listing? And I was trying to experiment with that. I'd renewed an old listing that I knew I could rank for a term, like reasonably, on about page 2 or 3. So I set up that listing, and I've been tracking it for a few days. And then just a couple of days ago, out of nowhere, it's just decided it's going to be page 1, position 1 for no reason at all. So I now can't do that video because I can't compare the two. If the one that I was trying to find out if it was good or not is at number 1, the next one can't beat that. So I'm complaining. My SEO is clearly too good, and I'm ranking number 1 by mistake. But yeah, I've always got videos I'm trying to record in the background, so I've got a ton going. But I will sit and think of how we're going to do these YouTube for crafty people. And one of the first things I have to do is the SEO. I have to find out tags and titles that'll work for this. Um, oh, Wendy, you love my accent and the words I use so much better than American slang. Oh, thank you. I try and not keep it too Glasgow. I don't have a super strong Scottish accent because I spent a lot of time in England, but I've got some of the slang words. Lily, cute Nessie. Thank you. I think actually that's been super simple and simple directions, but it's coming out cute. Um, Cecily, thank you. Very cool accent. Thank you. Oh, Wendy, on your wedding video, you sounded like Minnie Mouse. You were so nervous. Oh, well, that public speaking's another thing entirely. And speaking at your wedding, yeah, I can only imagine. There's that kind of, I don't know, am I the only one? When you start speaking in front of people and it's like you go that you're so in your own head, you can hear yourself echoing and oh, it's a weird, horrible feeling. I have a few of my YouTube mentory people have spoke about and said I should consider getting into public speaking, and I probably should. And I know it's the kind of thing once you've done it a few times, like doing video, it'll get easier. But oh, that sounds terrifying. Um, Cecily, subscribe to George. Awesome. Oh, Wendy, if you ever do videos, I think you'd have your husband dub his voice in. Well, the other thing you can do is what I've done in a few videos, and people seem to like that just as well. If you're recording and it's just like a top down of your hands doing a thing, you could just play music, getting the right type of royalty free music. This is great. I'm thinking of all the things that I've got to tell you. But you can just play music and then just put text over it, and people are super happy to just sit and watch that as well. Although the voice, it's nice to connect with the person, even though it's harder for the person. um yeah, Lily, you'd be amazed at what editing software can do. Yeah, editing takes out, I mean, and that's something to practice as well. I used to get lots of comments on my older videos of, why are you jumping? What's happening there? Because people had talked about, they've got to be fast. The videos are going to be fast and entertaining. If there's too many pauses, if it's too slow, people will click off. So I was like, sort of every breath I was cutting out. But I realized that you need a cadence to it as well. If you're trying to make a point, a pause can see what I did there. But if you're trying to make a point, a pause or making it look like you're thinking can help. I mean, it's different in lives. We've got to stop sometimes because you don't know what your mouth's actually saying. But when you're making a regular video, if you're trying to put a point across, it doesn't have to be every single thing cut away. You're allowed to breathe. You're allowed to take a minute if it helps. But yes, editing where you yell at the dogs for shouting at the cat, editing where you sneeze, editing where you're doing this talking and realizing your lips are moving and you've no idea what you were saying. Yeah, editing, oh, so much fun. um, George, cool. Wendy, you don't know a lot about editing, but your daughter and her boyfriend are really good. Outsourcing to the kids. So you've got it sorted. Wendy is going to make videos and force her husband to do the speaking and force her kids to do the editing. Fantastic. You've got it sorted. Outsourced to everybody. You can be famous with doing nothing much yourself. So who are you going to get to film you as well? You need a cameraman. Have this whole setup. Whereas most of the rest of us, I have to say, most people on YouTube, we are just a one-man team. But if you have other people that can help you, it is so awesome. Oh, Lily, thank you. I'd be great at public speaking. I don't even know how you get into it, to be honest. It would be kind of cool. I think about it sometimes because I think it would be kind of cool because the difficulty here is I say something and then 20 seconds later someone will type whether I was speaking rubbish or if they agree with me. It would be nice to get the immediate interaction, but terrifying. um, oh, Cecily, you've been painting on rocks since you were a kid. Awesome. George, it's one thing to have a script and you're fine with that, but thinking while you're talking, absolutely. That's live streams are awesome for that because you start to learn to think on your feet. But the other thing, I know when I used to be in a work environment and I had to do presentations, not the same as public speaking, the much smaller groups, but I had to do presentations to people. And it was so difficult because I always felt that the people, well, it wasn't just felt, I knew I was presenting to bosses and important people who knew more than I did. So it was really difficult. Whereas if you're talking about something that you're super passionate about, you know about it. So if you guys ask me a question, I don't know everything. I'm never going to know everything, but I've got a passion about it. So I can at least think up some kind of answer, so it's a whole lot easier. I mean, I'm not any kind of expert compared to everybody. We're all at a level, but I'm not terrified of you anymore. I was when I started live streaming, when I started making videos. I still have a little bit sometimes where you're like, someone's going to come on and tell me I'm all wrong. And you know what? If they do, they do. And I I'm not right about everything. I don't know everything. Um, oh, Wendy, you took lower grades in school, so you didn't have to do speeches. Oh, I don't think we did speeches at school. I'm trying to think. I don't think we did. School doesn't teach you much at all, does it? I'm trying to think. Well, we certainly. I remember we had one debating class. Once we did debating, and I've thought of that since. It's not something I'd want to get into anyway, but like for us as at our poor schools, it was very clear. It's like, you're never going to become politicians, you don't need to learn all this. Let's just learn to be good little workers. So they didn't teach us this kind of thing. But me and mum were invited to one of the fancy schools in the area for a group of kids. It was for a charity thing, and they were wanting to talk to us. And oh my, these kids had been taught. They set this up like a business meeting. They kept control of the meeting. They made sure we were comfortable, all just they'd been taught how to be leaders at school. And I was just like, this is so cool. But also, yeah, we got none of this. We were just like, yes, you're gonna be the plebs. George subscribed to Lily. Awesome. Yeah, everyone has to check out George, and everyone has to check out Lily. And if you're not sure how to get to people's channels, in the chat there's 3 dots by their name. If you click on that, you can go to the channel and find out. And if people's craftiness interests you, give them a wee subscribe. Support each other. Oh, Jijo Xavier, am I saying that right? Hello, awesome to see you. Oh, Cecily, you had teachers that would make us read a chapter aloud. Words that would make you read a chapter aloud. It wasn't an option. I think we had to read out loud. I remember that. And yeah, I always thought that was kind of mean because not everyone can read out loud very fluidly, so people got teased for that. So that I always thought that was kind of cruel. I didn't mind. I was always an avid reader, and I didn't find reading out loud difficult because it's not your words. I think I always found when it's going to be your words, that's what's tough because you're being judged on what you say as well as how to say it. Queen Leonie, you're an international psychic on TV. Crikey, wow. Fab. You're still nervous to start your own YouTube channel for the reasons I've given. Oh, I think you're doing way braver than most of us here. Wow, international TV, fantastic. We have famous famousness amongst us, folks. Awesome. Well, I think, yeah, I mean, there's loads of scary things to do there, but you've got you've got some skills already. You know that people like what you're saying. You've got the confidence, so that's cool. Wendy subscribed to Lily. You will, and Lily and George. So the screen moved. You will. Well, I haven't. George just put up his video, so I don't know, but I'm sure he'll be awesome. But Lily, great stuff. I find it just so relaxing to watch somebody else craft, and Lily's jewelry is awesome. Right, what am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, we're making a hole for the eyes. So hang on, wait. So I want to flatten out the nose a little bit, just to make it head shaped, and then we'll do the eyes. But yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, that's that's it. So I've just got to add the eyes, and do you know, this is a super cool project because I'm only felting all over to smooth it out a little bit, but this was kind of really done about 20 minutes ago. We just got distracted with talking. So it's a super easy project, and that's kind of cute. You gotta admit that that does give a Nessie look. That's cool. So yeah, I do love the simplicity of the instructions, all of the maker stuff that I've done so far, and I'm not sponsored, paid for this with my own money, but they all have worked. I have other ones that you need some level of skills and understanding yourself. I've noticed that they're not that beginnery, but this is a super easy beginner project. Um, reading chat again. I'm not just randomly zoning it. Cecily likes watching people do soap tutorials, but you don't make soap. It's just so relaxing. Yeah, absolutely. I've been watching, I don't know if you've seen them, royalty soaps. I think what's it? I can't remember the girl's name. I think they are bonkers, but also the soap is amazing. She did, when I started watching her, she'd done soaps that looked like a burger, so it was a slice through the middle of a burger. So cool. Yeah, I think the soap videos are amazing, the work they do, but I don't think I would ever make soap. It sounds like too much work to set up and clean it. I don't like crafts that involve too much mess and setting up and stuff. But yeah, I love her stuff. Wendy's done wire wrap jewelry in the past. Awesome. You will enjoy Lily then. George, your video is okay. You've got to get over your need for perfection. Yeah, sorry, you're not going to be perfect. None of us are, and that's another reason I love YouTube. It might just be me, but I love that it's not perfect. It's not television. It's not cinema. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's real people, and you can watch and you can go, I could do that. I mean, I'm no superstar. I'm not 20. I'm not amazing. I'm not a great public speaker. So you can watch me and say, yeah, I could totally do what she's doing. And I got inspired by people in the past with the same thing. There was a woman I was watching, and I won't say her name because she turned out not to be an amazing person. But I was watching some of her videos, and it was just a wee woman sitting in her house making videos, like going to the shops and stuff, and she was getting tons of people watching and stuff. And I was like, I could do that. Not a great personality, not bad. I mean, you have to not be entirely boring. Hopefully I'm not entirely boring. But yeah, you have to have a little something, or have an interesting subject, or have a passion. But I love it that people are different, normal, not perfectly polished, not having 72 people doing their makeup every time the camera turns off them for an instant. I mean, yeah, we're just normal. Lily likes likes that the face is done last. That's the bit that brings beast to life. You're quite true. Cecily, yes, royalty soaps. Her name's Katie. I was going to say Katie. I thought it was Katie, but I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, if anyone hasn't watched royalty soaps, if you like watching craft things, they are awesome fun. Daft as a brush. You get a little bit of her life. Her kids and everything are in it. Her brother's in it. Her husband's in it. But the soap skills, awesome. And I have to say, her work, what she's doing is also a great example of marketing for YouTube, because she'll make the videos, and I believe soaps need to cure, rest, that you can't sell them immediately. So they're set aside, and she'll make the video, and the video's released to the launch of these soap bars, so you can buy what you just watched being made, which just tells you that most people aren't watching it to learn how to make it. They see it and go, yeah, I want that soap. So it's a marketing thing. She says this is being launched on this day at this time, and I'm sure she sells out pretty quickly. So yeah, awesome marketing idea. Jojo, nice hair. Thank you so much. Wendy, you make bath bombs, and that's messy. Yes, yes, it is. I've seen them be made. I've seen them in other people, but I've never tried myself. Lily, the biggest tip when making videos is just to start. Absolutely, yes. It's the same with anything. But yeah, make a video. I mean, go back. Lily, have you got old videos on your page that you're embarrassed about? Everybody go back to the old videos and look. Oh, my first video speaking on camera, I think the first one I did an introduction to needle felting, and I was sat at my kitchen table, and I had a script at the side here, and I would sit and I would pull it up, and I was kind of reading a little bit, and I didn't really cut anything out of it. It was awful. I was so awkward, but people were so nice about it. So it gave me a bit of confidence. Wendy's learned all of her needle felting on YouTube. Absolutely, I think it's also like I just read the makers have like stab and chat, whatever they called it, have like times when people can all get together and felt together, but we don't have that here. There's not many needle felters in this area. So I've never in person actually sat and chatted to another needle felter. So it's nice that I've got you all here. And you're not all needle felters, but I con some of you into it. Like Lily and Rosani, I've had you come out as needle felters as well. Wendy, yeah, you follow a couple of people that are just fun to watch. Absolutely. I can't remember the name, but there used to be a young guy that I watched who was a blacksmith and making all blacksmithery stuff. There's a word. I'm never going to be a blacksmith, but it was just awesome to watch someone create something. It was cool, and there was fire. I like fire a bit. But yeah, just fun to watch. Jojo, a sculpting artist have any scope on Etsy, wooden portrait sculpture? Absolutely. The problem is something I'm planning a video on very, very soon, actually. And it's a problem that I had when I started, because 10 years ago, nobody knew what needle felting was. So if you're doing something that's very unique, you can't, I don't know if people are searching for the terms wooden portrait sculpture, so you have to get crafty with your SEO and think, what is it that people are searching for, that if they find your items they'll go, oh wow, that's something great. So portrait sculpture, but not necessarily, if it makes sense. So like needle felting was not a term, it is now, but I would have to do like dog sculpture, breeds of dogs. I had to get more crafty with it. But yeah, I think, and certainly if you're doing something that's unique and different as well, that can be great, in that take good pictures. That's Instagrammable, that's Pinterestable. So other people might see your stuff in your shop and they'll share it to these other places, and that's awesome too. Um, Queen Leanne, you subscribe to both Lily and George. Thank you. Also, I love community helping people. I look forward to watching them later. You find this stuff relaxing. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Oh, chat's going fast. This is cool. Or I got distracted for so long. Oh, thank you, George. My personality is spot on. Thank you. It's the only one I have, but it's got easier over time. I mean, my first live, I'm going to have to find that. That was awful. And that was like the public speaking. I don't know if I'm explaining it, but there's a kind of buzz in your head and it's like everything's shutting down. And I got that. I just was not comfortable. It was like, hello, I'm Pam and I'm going to do this thing and I'm really terrified and then please like me. So it gets comfier. Tinker Treasures, hey there, you're late. You start at the beginning. Well, a sneak peek. This is what we've created Nessie by accident, and I didn't know I was going to make Nessie. Oh, Lily, you have a playlist of the shopping channel shows you used to demo on. Wow, right. I have to go back and see them. I'm going to watch all your old videos. Awesome. I'm sure they're awful because I'm sure they're not awful, but I'm sure they're awful compared to now because you've come. I didn't know you did that. Awesome. Um, Cecily, blacksmith stuff is so cool. There's a show called Forge and Fire, competition for blacksmiths. Awesome. I've seen mention of Forged and Fire. I'll have to look at it. And that's I've watched quite a lot of the tattoo competition shows as well. Not, but I think it's terrifying and awful that they're competing by putting stuff on people. But I think it's awesome watching the work and everything. I think if they were doing it on an orange or something, I would feel a lot happier. But yeah, I love these kind of things. Lily, Tinker, you get involved with the current live bit and go back and watch it later. Yeah, lives are funny. I don't tend to watch lives not live. I know quite a lot of people do, so that's cool too. But yeah, I love the being able to interact with people. I think it was Wendy that said like the first time when her daughter was saying, I know that person's saying my mum's name. It's just so cool. And I get why people will put up in the chat. It's just like say my name or something. It's, hello from the you just want this famous person famous for. You just want this person to mention you because, like, you're on the tally now. um, oh, Queen Leonie, wish you were in the studio tonight, not last night. Could have given them both a big shout out. Oh, Lily, you're going to find my first live later. I'm trying to remember when I did it. I started 2008 doing regular lives. It must have been the summer of 2007 I gave it a go. It's like 5 minutes long and terrible. I went live from my mobile phone. I don't think I think it was, I must have hit about 1,000 subscribers and we were allowed to go live on the mobile. And I didn't know that you could go live. I didn't have a webcam. I didn't have anything. Yeah, so it was terrible. Um, Sam the Scottish Crafter. Awesome. Hello, Sam the Scottish Crafter. Great to see you. So another crafty person to check out. Awesome. You love tattoos, you have lots of them. Cool. Right, cool. I'm catched up. Right, I've got to do the eyes now, which it just says just to poke through this fattest part right the way through to make a hole for eyes. Because Nessie's eyes can go wherever she wants them because she's a mythical beast. And I'm going to be creating some more mythical beasts for the Glass Eyes online eyes. Right. Oh, that's weird. The hole worked really well on that side, but it's not come out that side very well. So I'll go back through I didn't line it up very well. Right, more poking. So if anyone doesn't know, this is a maker's kit I'm testing out. It's one of their tester kits. So if you haven't checked out the makers, they have a wonderful Facebook group, and this is not a sponsored video. Right, where did I put the eyes? Did anyone see where I put the eyes? Or oh, I've got so much, I was going to say junk, not junk, so much awesome stuff from the box. Did I put the eyes back in the box? Nope. I had the eyes on my lap. So I think I haven't felted the head very firmly, so I think the eyes will kind of fall out. I could glue them in. I can't glue them in actually because my nails have been growing like monstrous things. So when I try and glue when it's too short, I'm just going to get in the way of myself. I need some tweezers. So we'll shove the eyes in. Oh, okay, that's kind of cute because the eyes are totally quite tiny. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, this is so fiddly. I'm going to have to cut my nails. This is too awkward to do any work with, but I'm just impressed that they've grown so well. They usually break before this. Right, so not glued in, but Nessie's eyes are in place. I'm just going to go over her head a little bit. Yeah, so in this kit, we got absolutely full instructions to make this nest, to make 2 Nessies, full materials to make 2 Nessies, even a little bizarre foam pad, all the needles. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good project, but it's leftover project, so I think it's a bit cheaper, but you don't know what you're getting. But I think that was fun. I didn't know what kit. We opened it up and it's the perfect kit for me. Well, dragons would have been even better. I don't know if they have a recent dragon kit, but anyway, so dinosaur. We have made 1 Nessie beast, and that actually, in the time and for the distractionness, that was, and do you know, I was thinking about making a turtle at one time, and I think I know how to make a turtle now, because if we just finish the head about there. But yeah, that's cool. We have the Loch Ness monster. And these extra strong wires are super cool. But yeah, I love their process. That is super easy how we made that, just winding a fat bit of body, folding back the top to make the head nice and thick, and then sticking on some fins and a little bit of shading by not covering up the belly. Fairly easy. Yeah, here's Nessie. Right, I'm just going to check the chat for one last time or two, see what you're all saying, and then I think it's nearly time because I've got pizza for tea. So not that I totally love pizza. Where Wendy, the glass eyes I have are beautiful. You mean the ones from Glass Eyes online? I will do a little plug for them again. Not paid, but they did send me the eyes for free for anyone that didn't see them. These are the confetti neon eyes from Glass Eyes online, and they are absolutely gorgeous. This camera does not do them. His eyes squint. Did I put my dragon's eyes on squint? Oh, that's even worse. Right. The camera's picking it up, making it look worse. Right. Okay, is that kind of better? No, right, stop poking at it when you're seeing things on camera. Camera doesn't pick them up quite so cool as they are. In fact, actually, I think I should be able to, is my mouse still working? I should be able to show you the pictures I did of them, because they are utterly stunning. Lily's poor dragon. I know. Where did I put these in Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends? My Facebook page, Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends. We'll just see. Where did I put the pictures? I can't remember where. Oh, got them. Right. Okay, so I can show you these eyes if I get back to sharing my screen. So this is Glass Eyes Online are starting this range. They'll be launched on the 1st of July if anyone's interested in them. and they are neon confetti eyes, and they're just so pretty. So it's like you can just about see on my picture there, the backs of them are the color that they are. So I think it's like they put the color to trap the confetti in. So the backs show you the color. So that's like a yellow eye, and it's got all the confetti with a yellow background. So the base color is what the back are, and they've got them in all these awesome colors. Obviously, this dragon is in purple, which is gorgeous. And also the up to about 5 millimeters, they're just neon eyes, which is gorgeous, but there's just not room to put the confetti in. 6 millimeters, they have the confetti. These are 8 millimeters, which you get much more detail, but I think the much bigger ones are obviously even clearer. It's just because I work to small sizes. So up to 5 millimeter, you're just getting the neon colors, which are spectacular. But so bear that in mind. And if you were going to get 5 millimeters, I would go and get 6 millimeters to get the confetti, because how gorgeous is that? And they're super difficult to photograph. I had to flood them with tons of light to try and get the photograph, but I'm so happy with that. It kind of shows you what's going on. So beautiful eyes. The neonness is a brightness, reflects light, looks really good, but the color, that is so gorgeous. There we go. So that's the neon confetti glitter. No glitter, I'm just adding the term glitter myself. Neon confetti eyeballs. Right, hopefully you should be back to my face. Right, just going to check the chat. Where did we get to? George was planning on uploading videos for about a month, kept having tech problems and bandwidth issues. Yeah, but it can be hard. Getting everything set up is the hardest thing, but once you're there, well, you're there now. You've started uploading. So, Creek Road Pottery, hello. Thanks for all the helpful videos. You're most welcome. Thank you. George, cool on the beasts. Yay. Wendy, the glass eyes are beautiful. They are indeed. Lily thinks, hang on, dragon, go away. Dragon, demon, monster thingy. You think Nessie needs glasses? I think so. Maybe that's her problem, is her eyes are so tiny she can't see. But yes, these eyes, I think they said they're 3 millimeter, which is tiny, but it works. I think that's kind of cute. Creek Road, hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. You have some things to do, but relaxing for a bit. That sounds like a good Sunday. Yep, it's coming up 6 o'clock here, so I'm just going to veg out. After this, I'm going to veg out, get some tea, chill out, and just have a nice evening. Lily's on Instagram too. Yep. Lily, you can link your Instagram. Oh, yeah, at Lily True. Yep. Read ahead, Pam. Read ahead. Cute Nessie, thank you. Oh, poor dragon, yeah, because I was poking about in her eyeballs. Magdalena, thank you. The dragon's lovely. Thank you. Well, the color, I had to go with the color. The purple eyes I was going to use first. I was always going to use the purple eyes first. And I just thought against black, it would pop better, which it really seems to have. And then I wanted to do purpley color, and this one was just lying around and asked and just said to me, use this color. So it's a kind of pinky purple, but yeah, it all came together like that. It's not the dragon I had in my head, it's the dragon that happened. So I think he's kind of cute now. I saw I had a vision of something different, but I let the wool do its own thing. A Creek Road, thank you. So cute. George got dropped back now. Jojo Xavier, can't say how do I say the first thing? You message Lily on Instagram. Awesome. Magdalena, thank you so much. Right, cool, guys. I think that's us done. Mainly because I'm starving. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been fun. I will think about how to do videos for crafty people on YouTube. I think that's an awesome idea. Thank you. Thank you all for the ideas and the support. You are fantastic. But yeah, have a great week, and yeah, see you next week. Thank you so much.